Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are enjoying the best of health. I welcome you in my class, that is English for grade 3. We are learning Unit 9. Its title is Good Behavior. My dear fellow teachers, this lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation and worksheet links are given. You may click it, download it, follow it as it is or modify it for your convenience. I'm going to deliver my lecture according to this lesson plan. Yes, my dear students, today under the title of Read and Think, we are going to learn how to locate time in a clock by half and full hour. Before this, in your English for grade 2, I have already taught you taught you how to locate time by hour hand. Do you remember? I hope you remember. If not, you may watch this video lecture again. But every time I tell you, every concept is linked. So first we learned how to locate time by hour hand, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Now we are going to learn further to locate specific simple information in a clock by half and full hour. This is our today's SLO. Let's start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah mentions in Quran, Surah Al-Asr, by the time man is in a state of loss indeed, except those who believed and did righteous deeds and advised to each other to truth and advised to each other to patience. Yes, my dear students, what this beautiful surah is telling us. But it's a small surah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us by the time. It is telling us the importance of time. Time is very important. And next, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is guiding us how to use time properly. What should we do? We should do righteous deeds, right? We should advise each other to truth and patience. And if we keep on doing these activities, it means we are using our time positively, nicely, the way Allah wants us to spend our time, right? So beta, we should not waste time. We should be very careful and we should use each and every minute of our life, right? Now, my dear children, before starting today's lecture, you tell me, how do you find it's time for your school? Means, how do you find like this is the time I need to go to school, and how many arms does a clock has? Pause the video, answer these questions to your teacher, and then come back. Yes, my dear children, I brought a clock for you. Maybe you find time like this. It's 7:30, so it's my school time. This type of clock is known as digital clock. So when we talk how many arms are there in a clock, it means we are talking about this clock, analog one. Okay. So usually there are 3 hands in this clock, and this is the red one. The thinnest one is second hand. We will not discuss about it today. We'll just focus on this hand, which is comparatively longer. It is called minute hand, and the other one is hour hand. Now, my dear students, this clock keeps on moving all the time. And how does it work? Look at this. This is how a clock is. What happens when this minutes hand, as I taught you in grade 2, when this minutes hand complete one round on the face of a clock, it means it's an hour, and this hour hand moves to the next point, which is 1. It's 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 again. Okay. So this is how this hands of the clock keeps on moving, and the time we find out. So first we learned how to find out time. What is the time on this clock now? It's 1 o'clock. Now, my dear children, when this minutes hands moves on to 6 over here, what's the time now? It's 1:30, right? 1:30. minutes hand still keeps on moving, 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 and when it reaches again on 12, what's the time now? It's 2 o'clock, right? So beta, the way first we learned when it's 2 o'clock, after that when this minutes hand moves to 6, that's mean mid of this clock, it becomes 2:30, right? What will happen next? When this arm will move to 12 again, it's 3 o'clock, and when it reaches to 6 again, what is the time now? It's 3:30, right? So every time when this this minutes arm reaches to 12, it tells us exact time 4 o'clock, and when it reaches to mid means to 6, at 6 it means it's basically better. Look at this, it's a full circle, and when this arm reaches to 6, it's half of the circle, right? It's half of the circle. That's why it is called 4:30, right? Again this minutes hand will move to 12. What's the time now? It's 5 o'clock, and again when it will reach at 6 means mid of the circle, it is half. So what is the time? 5:30. Do you understand? This is how we find time. So for every hour before it completes its circle, it reaches to 6 and it becomes 5:30. We find, how do we find the time? Let's see in your book. All of you open your book on page number 78. Now look, there are different times which are mentioned on these clocks. So what do we do? First we find where the hours hand is, and then we find where the minutes hand is, okay? So when we find it, where is the hours hand? It's near 8. And where is the minutes hand? It's at 6. So what does it mean? It's 8:30. So this is how you will write 8:30. Do you understand? So beta, all of you look at these clocks, find out the time and write the time over here. Pause the video, complete this task and then come back. Yes, my dear children, are you done with it? Good job. Now it's time for an activity. What we are going to do, this is a project given in your book. We need things for it: paper, chart, glue, marker, scissors. And how you are going to do it? Make 2 clocks out of paper chart. Show time in clocks by half and full hour. You can select any time of your choice. The best clocks will be pasted in the class. Okay, so pause the video, complete this activity, enjoy it, make beautiful clocks and then come back. Yes, my dear children, are you done with it? Good job. I hope all of you make beautiful clocks. Good job. So beta, these clocks remind us what? The importance of time. All right. So it's time for your homework. You will think about activities you want to do on coming Sunday. So you will plan your coming Sunday and you will write it in your diary. And how do we write a diary? You make a column for time and a column for tasks. So at what time you will do what, and don't forget to mention all the 5 prayers, okay? So at what time you will offer your Fajr, your Zohar, Asr, Maghrib and Isha Salah, and between these Salahs, the time is what activities you want to do, okay? So this is how you will plan your Sunday. And my dear fellow teachers, here's a worksheet, lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation links are given. You may click it, download it and kindly provide a printed worksheet to students for practice. And my dear children, once again, you will look at the clock and you will write the time over here. So what we have learned today, we learned about the hands of the clock and we also learned to tell time by half and full hour. Right? So in this way, we achieved our SLO to locate specific simple information in a clock by half and full hour. Right, so beta, this is not just to practice in classroom. Now there are clocks at your home. Every time keep on looking at the clock and keep finding what's the time, okay? So first you will just go for full hour and half hour, okay? So that's it for today. Tomorrow I'll come again with a very interesting lesson. Till that time, keep learning, keep practicing, take very good care of yourself. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.